Alright then, so this is going to be the first of the 2 VOD reviews I do for this day. We had kind of taken a couple days break from comp, and we came back into this, kind of refreshed, and these games are both pretty good. They're both 3 to 4 losses. But they're still pretty good games. So we're starting on attack, okay. So I think we decide we want to just play, we're playing the Echo Hanzo to start with the Sigma, the Orisa, and then so yeah, basically we're running the same thing we've been running, but we're running the Hanzo instead on this map because of the spam potential. So we just kind of run up, we put the Sigma shield down. Alright then, just first off here, I'm not really a big fan of putting the Orisa shield here. I think we use the Orisa shield we should be using on this second door to get us in to rotate all the way through. The Sigma shield can cover this first one, the Orisa shield can cover the second one, and we can make it through if we rotate fast enough. So because of that, we kind of had to wait almost a little bit for our shields before we could rotate through, because then our Hanzo gets hit. He's able to get out though. Yeah, we are able to make the rotation because they weren't able to punish that. Alright then. So we've made the rotation now. Now we kill their Junkrat, but they kill our Echo. Both teams have a Mercy, so very likely both of these will get rezzed, depending on where the Junkrat died. Where did their Junkrat die? Oh, he died right here. Oh yeah, he probably will get rezzed. And then our Echo died way out here. We probably won't be able to get to her to res her. So, or no, they're gonna probably try and go for this res, but we might be able to deny the res if we push aggro for it. No, okay, so they get the res off. We're forced to back up. So now they're up 1 right now. So we're just trying to stabilize here at this point. So yeah, we're just rotating through shields. Overall, we're better here because we have the double shield, whereas they have, instead they have the hog. So they have more shield break, but we have more shield. We got a lot more shield with the Sigma as opposed to the Orisa. Okay, we pop the Coalescence. We get their Soldier, so they have no res now. And we swip the Echo to the Junkrat, which is probably a pretty good choice here. Our Orisa gets hooked in. She's able to gold, and she should be able to just back out. We start spamming damage in with the Junkrat. We just put shield up the shield. Kind of trying to get kills. We pop this Hanzo ult. What? Oh, okay. Just took a second to go off. That's a good Hanzo ult. That makes that's a lot of splitting for them. They have to put a lot of value or a lot of resources into keeping their Orisa alive through that, and she still dies to it. All right. So going back into this first fight, we are. So yeah, we put the Hanzo ult down, which kills their Orisa in a second here. Yep. We then pop the Sigma ult as well, which gets the Hog and the Moira. The Moira is able to fade out of it. The Mercy comes back for the res. She gets the res, but she gets kind of pushed away after that. They pop their Hog ult. They pop their Whip Tire. And we rotate towards point. So I really like this rotation by the team. Our Sigma gets left behind, but I like this rotation on the team. I think the target priority should definitely be on this Soldier who's contesting point right now, and the Orisa should be trying to get shield back up for everyone else. So they're able to just clean up. That was really well played by them. The Orisa was able to clean up a ton of stuff there. They popped 3 ultimates to recontest. So they should win this fight though. But they used Coalescence, they used Junkrat Tire, they used Soldier ult, they used Visor, they used Bongo. They used all 6 of their ultimates in that one fight to win that fight. And the only thing they got is halfway back to Coalescence. Going to this, we'll have a majority of our ultimates available, and they don't have anything to respond to now. So we can try and make the same rotation again. Sigma gets hooked, but he gets away. Valkyrie to keep everyone alive. It's pretty good use of that. We should be playing very aggro once we have this, because we have that damage boost still for right now. We should want to really put pressure on them because we have so much more shield break than them when we do this. We pop the Coalescence at the end of the Valkyrie. They pop the Riptire. Oh, that's our Riptire. We pop our Riptire. Riptire gets both their tanks. We kill their Junkrat. Their Mercy's behind us again. She doesn't go for the res. Okay. We get the Mercy. Yep, and we cap. So that's first point. So now second point. Doing the second point, we start by just kind of pushing down main. We get their Moira very early. We pop the dragon. Where do we pop the dragon down main? Forces them to split. When if the dragon, we send the dragon down main like this, we should all push very hard into the main. We should just run down that. But because of that, because we're focused on these 2 DPS here instead, who made it in this corner. We focus on that. So we're just here putting different flank angles on them. Right now, Orisa is alone. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong button. It's 7. 8. You don't have shield, and there's not really a team behind you, so we need to make sure we keep our Orisa alive here. So the Moira gets there, but it's too late. Mercy's there, but it's too late. So now we're down our main shield for this fight, which is, it's pretty hard to cap second without basically all 6 on point still. Until the fight is like decisively won. So we're just on this hog right now. We get the res off on the Orisa, we get the bongo down. And we pick up their Orisa, so we use the Sigma ult, but it doesn't get anything. They get 2 with the tire, and they should clean this fight up. Yep, so we just back up. They swapped from the whatever they were playing before, the soldier, to the Reaper now. So now we're already complete mirror comps. We get a hook on their Orisa. Yeah, and at this point they now have no main shield. We should be able to just push forward in main without having to worry about anything. We've got a new Orisa shield. We should throw an Orisa shield up, probably by that. Yep, that's exactly where. And then we should even be able to keep moving up. Because we have the coalescence going, we should be able to kill this. Hopefully kill this Roadhog. But I think they are going to use their support ultimates to keep him alive. We're how close to a new Orisa shield? 1 second away again. So we're going to want to put it at this post here. But we need to keep Orisa alive through the Reaper. He gets the Orisa. We kill him though. They hook our hog. They kill our hog. They should win this fight. We should back out or clean up. 1 of the 2. Yep. So coming into that, the only thing we invested was Coalescence, so that's pretty good. We've invested Coalescence to get them to use Coalescence, so it didn't matter. They're a bit ahead of us on the rest of the ultimates, though. We pop our Tyra behind, which gets both their supports, but the Reaper cleans our Junkrat up right after. But either way, we should be running the point now. Because we have a huge advantage this fight. We have both our supports still, they don't have any of them. They pop their Reaper ultimate, which we were able to respond to. They pop their Hog ultimate, but we pop our Hog ultimate. We kill him before he gets any value out of that. Our Hog ultimate gets 2. And their Moira's gonna come back to point. We pop the Coalescence, or not the Coalescence, the Valkyrie. Or that was their Valkyrie they popped. Our Valkyrie runs out. We res the Reaper. Their Mercy comes in for the res. We aren't able to stop it, so they get their Hog back. Both sides pop Bongo. Ooh, I don't like the Mercy jumping forward like that. Where are you positioning over here for? This is a very big issue with the Mercy positioning. If you weren't going to play back here with the Bongo behind shield, then you could play back here, because you still have LOS, and you have all this natural cover to stop you from getting hit by them over here. But, yeah, you jumped into them following the Moira, I think. So we lose our Mercy. Moira gets very low. We lose our Orisa. We get our Moira. So we don't kite cap first. which is unfortunate. We should. That was a good play at the beginning there with the Riptire, and they were able to clean that up very well by them. All right then. So now we push through dark. So we hook the Reaper. We kill the Reaper. Oh no, we don't. He gets away. He gets very low though. So how close are we to Reese's shield right now? We have a Reese's shield, so we should want to put it probably just right up at the top of the stairs right here. And try and pressure their shield down. We kill their Mercy. We kill their Junkrat. We kill their Orisa. We pop our Reaper ultimate. He missed the hook on it, and he should be able to kill both these targets, which he does. So now all they got left is just the Moira. They pop the Coalesce at some point, though. But both our DPS are barrel stuffing her, and she should hopefully die pretty quickly. And we should be able to start putting progress on the point. Yeah, we push her away. Yeah, that's fine. We get her. Now we're capping point. That was our Riptire we put on. So our Riptire is guarding right door. Tanks go to guard left door, and we cap. Without them even being able to touch. So now onto their attack, our defense. So for our defense, we run the same composition we were running before, and they're running the fire. So they're gonna rip apart. Overall, they have a much more favorable comp when they run this compared to what we have, because we have nothing to deal with the Pharah. So yeah, by this point I would have liked to see the Junkrat already have rotated over to this main door and focused on them on the right side here. Because they're not gonna be poking through this main door anymore because they've already rotated to the right here. They've got the fire on our back line. We lose 2 in that fight, which is unfortunate. And the fire should be able to clean this up. We kill the Pharah. But they are left with just our DPS at some point, and very low DPS at that. They should clean this up, and I don't think it's even worth trying to recontest. We just group up, try and hold second. It was a good push by them, but a composition we had no response to, so we immediately swapped to the soldier to try and counter the fire. So they're playing the Sigma Hog composition, which is kind of weird. That's not really a very good choice because the shield break you have through that, or not the shield break, but just the overall shield regeneration you have through that. So soldiers here on the top left, we stun him, but they get our Mercy. We get their soldier. So they clean up very well here. We get Tire off. We get their Moira, but our Junker dies very quickly, and I don't think we can even retouch now. Yeah, that was really well played by them. We get the main thing there is they won first point, and they had ultimates. They had advantage just from the steamroll in first. They could go right into second and win. So yeah, so we go ahead, and we're now on our attack again. And this ended up being a very close game, even though that their first attack was an actual sweep with the full steamroll. So we push through. We use the Hammond to scout. We know they're not playing the fire now. So we like the composition we're running. We switch back to the Sigma. So we put the shield down. We put the shield down early here before we actually rotate through. So we put the Sigma shield up, and we should try and rotate through here pretty quickly. Which I think we do. Yeah, they don't get anybody get caught in the rotation. So we all 6 of us rotate through this room here, which is exactly what we wanted to do here. Just put the Orisa shield up, get a big pull, kills their Junkrat. Reaper's here with us. Sigma's here. We need to make sure we deny this res on the Mercy. Which we do. Our Orisa's low. Can we heal her? Yeah, we should be good. Yeah, so this was really well played by us. We just absolutely collapsed their whole hold. Yeah. Coalescence is fine. You get it so quickly that it was worth using. Yep, so they continue to try and recontest. Mercy comes in. We clean her up. We should be able to push forward. We have one fight. We have one fight on main for this, so we have to just go main. We don't have time to rotate through. So they pop their coalescence. We have our Valkyrie going. How close are we to shields? What do we have for shields? Let's see. Orisa has 8 seconds to shield, and let's see, the shield for what's his face is very low. Their soldier uses visor on the top right. Junkrat's up there with him though, so we should be able to hopefully displace him or something. So he's burning our Mercy down. She is able to get. She didn't get quite behind the shield in time. We use our Sigma ultimate though. So we get the Sigma ult off, but our Sigma is very, very low. They use their Sigma ult on both of these people. Which do we have? Don't even have Fortify for it. So the Orisa, it's going to kill the Reaper and it'll get the Orisa very low. If not, kill her based on how much damage they do now. Yep. And then it's just our lonely Sigma on point. So they're able to clean that fight up with ultimate usages. Which is somewhat to be expected. It would have taken a really big play to be able to actually cap second there. Based on how first point went for us, and that we only had one fight on first. If we had more than one fight, we could have made sure we had all 6 ultimates going in and capping first, and then 1 second point with the ultimate advantage there. But instead, they're able to hold it, and now we're on the defense. So we have to hold for 550. Without losing a tick on second. Start off with running the Ash to counter the Pharah now. They're running the Echo Pharah composition, which to me seems like a very poor choice. We have the Mercy with the Ash, yep, and we have the Junkrat just kind of spamming. And I think they decide they just want to go main this whole time. They don't want to go through that right room. They want to go main. So I think the Junkrat can probably be closer to the tanks at this point. Or he can jump down to point as well and pressure this. Sigma, you have to watch for the Roadhog hook though. So we kill their Sigma, pressure their Hog, he's forced to back up. And the Ash is putting a ton of pressure on both the Echo and the Pharah, forcing them to play really low to the ground, and really bad sightlines for them. We lose our Moira to the Echo, which I remember this when it happened. It was just the Moira was very low and you continued to play aggro, and you basically caught yourself right as you realized that you were going to die to it. We notice our Pharah's in this right room in a second, and we should go after her when she's all alone right now. We know where their Mercy is. She's not with her. So we know that she's alone here, so she either has to use her abilities to get out, or she's going to die. Our Orisa's very low, but we should be able to keep her alive. Our Ash takes a ton of damage from their Echo, but our Mercy's here to heal her up. And they're doing this split rotation again. They get a good hook on the Junkrat, which is unfortunate. Just the Ash versus the Pharah. The Ash gets her very low, but they have 2 DPS jumping on you at the same time, basically. So yeah, we have Kochkin, right? We should try and see if we can get you back up on this high ground now then, that they pushed you down. Dynamite on the tanks. Hits both their tanks on fire. We lose our Orisa, but the Ash is here to clean up the Sigma. There's an Echo on our back line, but the Ash goes for the mini pack. Their Mercy goes for res. We lose our Mercy. we lose our Moira. We pop the Sigma ult. So now the only people left is just the Ashe and the Sigma. The Junkrat comes back, kills the Fire during her ultimate. Nice. And it's just their tanks. Their tanks are very low. Now they don't have any shield. It's just Roadhog against Sigma and the Junkrat, which they should be able to clean him up. Yep. Alright then, so now so what happened there, we were the only ones to, we only used Sigma ult, which was really good for us. They only used Far ultimate. So it's pretty much equal, but it's a tank ult for a DPS ult. And we held on the point. So overall, trading 1-for-1 ultimates is usually good. Especially when you're on defense. Because it's exchanging the ultimates for time. So we're just kind of holding down this main choke again. The Echo comes up above on our Junkrat, gets him somewhat low, but he should be able to back out. They are forced to use the Echo ultimate to become the Ashe, because otherwise they would have lost their Echo there. We're healing up our Ashe again. Our Moira's getting healed. Our Junkrat's up on tie ground. We use the tire. Fire goes up and they should be able to clean up our Junkrat, which is unfortunate, and then the tire gets deflected pretty much by the Roadhog and his ability. So the Fire's up above us. Fire's up behind us right now, and I don't know how aware of her we are, but we send a Bob on the point. This is a pretty good place to put Bob. He's down back with the shield. He doesn't have the best of sightlines, so that's a good idea to have him behind the shield, but this place might have had better sightlines over the point. Either way, Bob still pops off, and Bob is still canceling half of the point, basically. So he's getting a ton of value out of his positioning there. Bob leaves. We're trying to burn their supports now. We're on their Mercy. Or we should be on their Mercy, or something like that. She was playing out of position. Get the Mercy low. Very low. We get their Mercy. Their Moira used Fade. She's on the right here. We should be focusing on her next, because we know she's vulnerable. She gets back to the shield, but she's still quite low. We're just waiting for next shield from Orisa. But this is a good corner for us to hold in overall. So we lose our Orisa. They get a big Sigma ultimate, which might get our Mercy. So now it's just the Sigma on point. Oh no, the Junkrat's here as well. We get both their tanks in the Sigma ult. The Hog heals up and takes almost no damage to it. And then they pop their double Coalescence. And they should be able to clean this fight up. So alright then. We wasted half their time bank though, holding it on first point. And it cost them a lot of ultimates to win that. And they swapped over to the Reaper from the Junkrat. Or not, the Echo, sorry. So the Reaper teleports up on this right side. I don't think we're aware of it. He's on our Mercy now. So we should very quick to call this out. We pop the Valkyrie to keep our Mercy alive. That's a pretty good play. We want to play aggressive now that we've done that. Which we do. Burning the Sigma down. We get him. And so our Valkyrie, I think, just ran out there. Yep. So we invested one ultimate to win one fight. As the defenders, that's usually kind of what you want to do, but you want to try and force ultimates as well, or stop them from generating ultimates. So they're playing this very split right now, for whatever reason. Looks like their Hogs are just trying to get hooks, while their Sigma wants to go main. We hook the Sigma in, he has none of his abilities left, so he dies. They pop both support ultimates and they go for the res on the Sigma. They get the res off, but we kill their Mercy in exchange. There's a Reaper behind us on our Junkrat. But the Junkrat is able to back away. We hook the Reaper. We get him very low. He dies to the Junkrat or the Moira spam. They get our Mercy, but we get their Hog very low. He uses Vape, but isn't enough. They Pharah ult in the background, which gets our Orisa, but everyone else is able to get out of it. We hook the Pharah, we kill her with the Junkrat spam, and we win a second fight. So this time they used ultimates. This time they used 2 ultimates to try and win that fight, and we responded by using 2 ultimates as well. And we won that fight. So in this next fight, we pretty much have 4 ultimates. They have 3.5. So we have more ultimates than them still for this next fight. So unless their Reaper does a ton of damage and is able to generate his ultimate, or they make a big hero play or something like that, we should be able to hold this fight. So they try and rotate through this right side. And then the Reaper's here on our left side, on our tanks. We pop the Junkrat tire. Oh, and it gets killed by the Sigma ult. Okay. Or no, that just gets killed by Junk spam, I think. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. You can try, especially from the position you're at, you can wall climb with the tire, so you could have tried to climb up here and then jump down to try and avoid the spam. I thought it was the Sigma ultimate that killed it, but it is just Junk spam. So that could have been a bit more avoidable. But we send Bob in anyways. Bob is kind of on his lonesome right now because the Orisa got knocked out of positioning. But they send Bob in with us, or with them. So Bob's able to put a lot of pressure on their Mercy. Bob's still putting a lot of pressure out right now, which is kind of crazy. That he's probably going to get... Oh, he almost gets the Mercy. Yeah, so we should win this fight. We used the bongo late. I don't like this bongo, but we called it at the very end. We didn't like this bongo. So we knew in-game we didn't like that bongo either. But it doesn't really matter too much for us because the only ultimate they have going into this last fight will be the Death Blossom, and we're going to be pretty close to both our support ultimates to respond. So we need to make sure we can stop this Death Blossom from getting value or they will win. So there's Hammond on this right side. Okay, so this is like the beginning of us kind of panicking because it's the last couple seconds. The Orisa's here, and it takes a while for people to start rotating over to try and deal with this Hammond. See the Junkrat turned over. He pile drives in. The Orisa's kind of just dealing with him on her own right now. The Reaper hasn't turned around yet. This is the big thing. The Reaper needs to be on this target like as soon as we know it's here. We need to make sure we call this target out and that everyone's listening to that target call. There's a Junkrat behind us. He gets... I don't really know what he actually accomplished there. Alright, so with the Sigma and the Reaper, they're going to try and burn down our Hog, but we kill their Junkrat. Hog is forced to run back, use the Vape to try and escape, which he will do. Does he get meatballed out of it or something? Nope. Okay, so this Sigma's in tunnel with us right now. He takes a ton of damage to that. And they pop the Reaper ultimate. Reaper ultimate kills probably 2. No, the Reaper's able to... Oh, he gets out of his Wraith form too early. The Orisa's able to back away from it. The Moira comes back to heal the Orisa. We lose our Hog to their Reaper. But we have the Junkrat, we have the Hog. We have the Junkrat, we have the Moira, we have the Reaper, or the Orisa. They're able to clean those 2 up. The Junkrat's back on point. Just trying to stall. So yeah, big hero play by the Reaper was the main thing that did there, but it was, I think it was panic and the lack of focusing on a single target is what allowed the Reaper to have so much space to work with. Is we had 2 people on the Reaper, we had 2 people on the Hammond, and then 2 people kind of bouncing back and forth between those 2 targets, instead of all focusing down one or the other, because we had the CC to control one or the other. But we put half the CC in each of them and didn't really end up controlling either one of them, and we didn't win that fight because of that.